My name is Shelley. So, gentle yoga is appropriate for all levels practitioner, whether this is your very first class or your 10,000th class. Everyone can benefit from slowing down, being mindful with your movement, and taking some good breaths. We will start out lying down. You can come onto your back into Shavasana. Separate the legs. Release the arms out from the sides and turn the palms to face up. Take a moment to make the body comfortable. Any little adjustments. And then letting your thoughts move away from the thoughts of the day onto your own breath. Not controlling the breath in any way, just watching. Noticing the meditative, rhythmic quality of the breath. Inhales flowing into the body. Exhales flowing out of the body. The breath is an excellent object of meditation because of this rhythmic quality, but because it's always there with you. Anytime you need to find some quiet or to turn your attention within, do this exercise, simply watching the breath. Inhales flowing in, exhales flowing out. Now we'll begin to add some movement to the breath. You can bring the legs closer together now and the arms in by your sides. As you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, return the arms down by your side, just gently warming into the shoulders. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, arms down. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach up and over. And exhale the arms down. We'll take from here what we call the Maha stretch, or the great stretch. Interlace the fingers, keeping the index fingers extended, and then straighten the arms and reach overhead. Legs together, point the toes, take an inhale and stretch from end to end, as if someone were on either side of the body pulling you in opposite directions. On your next exhale, relax the body a bit. Walk the feet to the bottom right corner of the mat and take the upper body towards the upper right corner. And now stretching more into the side body along the left side, the rib cage and outer hip. If you'd like a little deeper stretch in the outside of the hip and thigh, cross the left ankle over the right. And then take a couple of good breaths into the left side of the body. Uncross the ankles. Come back to the center and take a good stretch here. Inhale from fingers to toes. With an exhale, relaxing just a bit. And now walk the feet to the left And the arms to the left. Long down the right side, breathing into the ribs. Any places where you feel sensation happening, good to send the breath there. Again, you can cross the right ankle over the left. And come back to center. One more stretch here. Inhale, your deepest stretch of the 3, getting as long as possible from end to end. And then exhale, relaxing. Return the arms down to your side. Go ahead and walk the arms out a few inches and turn the palms down. So your arms will help your hips, your pelvis stay steady for the next. Point the right toes. Inhale slowly, like to the count of 4 or 5. Lift the leg up towards the ceiling, just as high as you can go. It's okay if it's not totally vertical. Or just warming up the leg. And then slowly, again for a count of 4 to 5, lowering the leg down. And we'll do it twice more. Inhale, slowly reaching up. Keep lengthening the leg throughout. Exhale, slowly taking the leg down. And then one more time. Inhale, stretching the leg slowly up towards the ceiling. Pause at your highest point. And then grab behind the thigh and bend the knee. So we're going to warm up the knee joint just a bit. You can extend the leg and bend the leg back and forth. Extend and bend. A couple more. And then bending the knee, squeeze the leg into the chest. We'll take a few rounds of some ankle circles just to lubricate the ankle joint, warm it up a bit. So circle in one direction. Nice big circles. And take your time. The slower you go, often the more aware, the more present you can be with your action. Circle the other way. One of the nice benefits of yoga, or side effects of yoga, we practice presence here on the mat, being very mindful, present with our actions on the mat. That starts to spill over into our actions off of the mat. And then relax the ankle. Again, point the toes up towards the ceiling, leg as long as possible. Try to touch the ceiling with the toe. Release your hands back down. And slowly, to the count of 4 or 5, lower the leg all the way down. Rest for a moment. Enjoy here how the right side of the body feels longer than the left. What that means is, the right side of the body felt like the left before we did these exercises. We'll even things out by doing the left side. So again, arms are out away from the side, palms down. Point the left toes and slowly inhale to lift the leg up. Again, just going to your highest point. And slowly exhaling, returning the leg down. Twice more. Inhale, slowly lifting the leg. And slowly lower the leg. I'm going to do one more. Inhale, slowly coming up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At your highest point, hold for just a moment. Lengthen the leg. And then hold behind the thigh and bend the knee. We'll bend and extend the leg a few times. Nice and slow. And just warming up the knee joints. Warming up the back of the thigh a bit. The next time you bend the knee, squeeze the knee in towards the chest. And then we'll do the circles with the ankle. So just circling in one direction, doesn't matter which. Get nice big circles. And then going the other way. Relax the ankle. Stretch the leg up tall once again. You can release your hands, palms down. Try to touch the ceiling with the toe. Reach, reach, reach. And then keep reaching as you slowly lower the leg back to the floor. And then relax and enjoy now both sides of the body, feeling at least a little longer than when we first came to our mat today. Go ahead and take the arms up towards the ceiling and just start to circle the wrists. And circle them the other way. And then relax the arms down by your sides. Bring both knees into the chest. For now, keep the back of the head, back of the shoulders, upper back to the mat, and just really focus on compressing in the abdomen. This pose is a traditional yoga pose. You'll see it in very old yogic texts. Good for digestion. So you're compressing the organs there. Now, just as long as the head, neck, shoulders, upper back all feel healthy today, you may lift the head and round the back. If any of those places have anything going on there, leave the head down so it's supported. Making yourself into as tight of a ball as possible, squeezing everything in. Then release the head down and plant the feet behind the buttocks, feet hips width apart. Turn your palms down beside you. I'm going to do an exercise for the very low back in the pelvis. It is quite subtle, so we're going to talk through it together and give it a few tries to try and get that action down. Basically, it's a tilting of the pelvis. You can see if my hands were the pelvis, you're going to tip the bottom up and then back down, up and down. I'm not sure if that was as helpful as I wanted it to be. But in your position here, feet to the floor, hands by your sides, tilt the bottom pelvis up. So notice with the action, your low back now presses to the floor. And then relax that tilt. And your low back likely lifts away at least a little bit from the floor. Your spine has curves to it. That's its natural neutral state. So the low back has a curve, which usually gives you a little space, maybe not a lot, but a little. When you tilt the pelvis up, the low back extends, it lengthens, and then presses to the floor. Just play with that a couple of rounds between elongating the low back and letting the pelvis return to neutral, slight curve in the spine. Just back and forth. It's a subtle movement, but one that you actually use a lot in yoga and could be quite helpful. Okay, one more. And just return to your neutral spine, neutral pelvis. So the reason we are practicing that one today was to prepare us for the rolling bridge, where we move up and down the spine. Press into the hands and feet. Take that same action of tipping the pelvis low back to the floor. And now begin to lift the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Use your inhale to press your way up. And as you exhale, you return each individual vertebrae. And at the very end, let the pelvis return to neutral. And we'll go again. Tip the pelvis up. Peel the spine one vertebrae at a time off the mat. And exhale, returning down. And at the very end, pelvis to neutral. Keep going a few rounds. Come through one more round. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, rolling you back down. Hug the knees into the chest. And rock a little from side to side. And take a single leg twist. Keep the right knee into the chest. Lower the left leg down. Use the left hand on the outside of the right knee to help guide that knee across your body. And then the right arm extends out to the side. You can look up or let the chin face the right arm. Turn slowly to center and hug the right knee in. Release the right leg down. Bring the left knee into the chest. Right hand to the outside of that knee. Left arm to the side. And then take the knee across the body. Again, either looking up or looking to the left arm. Come back through center. Go ahead and hug both knees into your chest. And just give yourself a little squeeze or rock side to side. And preparing to sit up, roll to one side. Stay here, rest your head on your bottom arm and take a nice full breath, maybe two. Use your hands to press up to a comfortable seat. Take the arms down by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. We'll do just a couple of these. Exhale the arms down. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, out and up. Pause at the top. And on your exhale, plant your right hand beside you. Reach across with the left. Keep your left seat down to the floor. So the left sit bone rooting down into your mat. And then lengthening and breathing through the whole left side, the waist and the ribs, through the arm. I'll sweep everything up through the center. And exhale to switch sides. Left hand down, right arm over. Keeping the right seat heavy this time. Right sit bone connecting to your mat. Lengthen and breathe through the right waist, ribs, the arm. Inhale everything up through the center. On your exhale, twist to your right side. Right hand behind, left hand to the opposite knee. Gently turning up the ribs and the shoulders. You may start to look behind. Inhale everything up. Exhale, twist to the left. Sitting up tall as you twist. Spine nice and long. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take the arms around behind behind you. Walk the arms in towards each other. Feel how that action alone starts to expand across the heart center. And then arch from behind the heart, lift the chin. Coming out of this one, just walk your way up to center and come around to hands and knees, tabletop. Anytime we're on our knees, feel free to put extra cushion under the knees, blanket or a towel, whatever it is you have. We want to be comfortable. No reason to put ourselves in discomfort. So in your tabletop position, shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. We'll do a few rounds of cow and cat stretch, arching and rounding the back. Inhale for a cow. Drop the belly, lift the head and tail. And exhale for cat. Rounding the back, tucking the chin and the tail. Just keep going now, back and forth. Round, so finish the one you're on, and then one more of each. And then return, tabletop position, and come into child's pose. Big toes together, knees out wide towards the edges of the mat. Reach the seat back towards the heels. It may touch or it may hover slightly above. Both ways are great. Walk your arms forward and bring the forehead down. And again, the forehead may touch or it may hover slightly above. If there is space between the forehead and the floor and you would like support there, you can put a little rolled up towel under there just so you have the support. Otherwise, it's just fine to have a space there. Come next into downward facing dog. Return to hands and knees. Hands shoulder width apart, legs hips width apart. Separate the fingers a comfortable amount and press down into the mat. Tuck your toes. Take the knees off the floor, lift the seat. And just any organic movement that feels good in your body right now. Can pedal the feet or shake out the head. If there's any reason why downward facing dog isn't appropriate for you, maybe it's best you don't turn upside down today, or it's a lot on the wrists, there's an alternative done standing at the wall. I'll show you here. If you're good in your traditional dog, stay there. Hands come onto the wall. Now as you walk your feet back a ways, slide the hands down. So the upper body starts out maybe about parallel to the floor. And then you press the chest through the arms. It's the exact same as downward dog, but you're oriented differently in space. So it takes the being upside down out of it, and you're not bearing so much weight on the wrist, so it can be helpful there as well. Come down out of your dog, return to child's pose. Do one more round of downward dog. So come first to hands and knees. Find your alignment. Separate the fingers, press down. Feel how when you press the mat away, the shoulders engage. And then tuck the toes and come up. Of course, if you'd like to do the variation at the wall, go ahead. And I recommend trying it sometime, even if you don't have any conditions, you can take the traditional down dog, no problem. It's a nice pose. It's a good stretch. And my teacher, Sri Dharma, actually says, anytime you see a wall, just stop and do this a couple of times because it's such a good chest and shoulder opener. Long from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Release tension from the jaw, from the temples. And then come down. Again, child's pose. Let the arms rest. If the breath changed at all, slow it down, as well as return your attention to your breath if it's gone to any other place. When that happens, no judgment. The mind's job is to think. We're trying to train the brain to be a little more disciplined, but it's hard work. Yes, the brain is much harder than the body to train. Come up to hands and knees. Moving into puppy dog pose. It's like half tabletop, half child's pose. The back half will stay in tabletop, hips over the knees. The front half is like child's pose. Walk your hands forward and bring the forehead down. This is a great place, again, if the forehead doesn't quite touch, you can put a rolled blanket or towel, or even use a yoga block under the forehead so it has more support. This is a great chest shoulder opener as well. If you are more flexible here, you can also bring the chin down, but no forcing, just if that happens, it's an option. Follow your nose forward now, coming onto the belly. And on the forearms for Sphinx pose. Shoulders over elbows, legs long behind, tops of the feet are down. And just look to your left side. Look to center. Look to the right. Look to center. One more time, this time look to the right. To center. Look to the left. Back to center, and we'll stay here. Draw the heart forward. Broaden the collarbones. Lengthen in the low back, tailbone pointed towards the heels. And now hold still, just like the Sphinx. We'll call it a statue. Perfectly still. Shavasana. Let your left arm rest beside you. Turn the left ear to the floor. Right arm out to your side, bend the elbow. Right knee out to the side, bend the knee. Stay there on your belly. I'm going to show you from standing so you can see the shape better. Right arm and right leg to the side. Elbow and knee are bent, looking towards the bent arm. It's a relaxation pose. Let your front side sink down into the mat. Relax, enjoy. Back to the center. Take the hands under the shoulders, elbows in towards your ribs. I'm going to do a low variation of the Cobra Pose. Lift your head and chest without using the arms. Let your back do the work. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and pin the elbows in. You can press the pelvis down as well as the tops of the feet. Shavasana on the other side. Your right arm and leg are long, right ear down, and this time the left arm and leg will be the ones to bend out to the side. Rest. Come back to center. One more time. The Low Cobra, hands under the shoulders, elbows in. Lifting the head, chest, and shoulders using the back strength. So you might even float the hands just a bit. Elbows into the ribcage, shoulder blades coming together onto the back. Be sure to breathe. And then lower down, stack the palms, rest the forehead onto the hands. For just one breath, Shavasana. Hands by your side, palms up. I'm going to take everything you can off of the floor. And then, like I said, just there for one breath, lift as high as you can. Inhale, come up. Head, chest, arms, legs. Exhale, come down. Knees together. Feet onto the heels, arms by your side. Let the shoulders this time round forward to the mat. Cobra Pose really strengthens the back really nicely. Shavasana, the one we just did, strengthens the entire backside of the body. So the back, the glutes, the hamstrings, both excellent poses. Coming up to sit, just make your way back to a comfortable seat, and we'll take a few shoulder exercises, because who doesn't need some shoulder exercises? We all do. Sweep the arms out wide, and then like you're giving yourself a hug, wrap the right arm over the left, hands come to opposite shoulders. Sit up tall, draw the elbows forward, and feel how, just right here, the shoulder blades are starting to separate from each other. We're going to exaggerate that now. Lower the elbows towards the chest, tuck the chin, and then round the back. So you can feel the shoulder blades now really pulling apart from one another. Sweep the arms out wide, and then go to the other side, left arm on top. Arms parallel to the floor, draw the elbows forward. So starting to feel, again, shoulder blades separating on the back. And now bringing the elbows down, tuck the chin and round the back. So the shoulder blades are really separating from one another. Coming up, sweep the arms out wide and just give them a shake. We're not quite done. Take your right arm up, bend the elbow, use the left hand to help guide the arm a little further behind the head. Aim the right palm between the two shoulder blades. Thereabout. Press the back of the head into the top arm. And of course, good idea to breathe. This one opening more the front side of the shoulder. The last one was more the back side. Gently release and go to the other side, left arm up. Bend the elbow, opposite hand comes across just to help bring the arm a little further back. Left palm, aiming for between the shoulder blades. Press the back of the head into the top arm. And nice full breaths. Slowly release. Again, shake out the arms. We'll do a few rounds of shoulder shrugs, just squeezing the shoulders up and letting them drop. You can coordinate that with your breath. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, exhale out of the mouth with a sigh as you let them drop. Do a few on your own. Couple more. Last one. Good. And now squeeze the shoulders up by the ears. Circle the shoulders onto the back. Drop the shoulders down and round them forward. So you have this nice full circle. Touching on those 4 spots each time. Up, back, down, and front. These circles are such a great way to break up anything stuck in the shoulders, stuck tension, stress, all that stuff. And then let the shoulders relax. One more time. Shake out the arms, the shoulders. And now extend the legs forward. Paschimottanasana, the seated back stretch. So you're wanting to lengthen the back, especially the kind of low to mid back. So bend the knees. We'll reach up and fold with your long spine. Hold whatever you can. As long as the front part of the upper body connects to the thighs, you can take the legs a little more forward. But it's okay if you're here. This is better than something like this because the back is round and we want it to go forward. Staying for a little while, send the breath up and down the length of the spine. Inhaling up the spine, and exhaling down the spine. Coming up slowly. Place your right foot inside of your left leg. Reach up, turn to the left so that you can fold with your chest directly over your thigh. And of course, you can bend the knee here for the same reason, long, low back. Slowly, and switch your legs. Reach up, turn to the right, and fold chest over thigh. slow. Take both legs out and just tap the knees a time or two. And then make your way onto your back for Supta Baddha Konasana, such a nice pose. On your back, press the soles of the feet together and let the knees open out. We'll be here several breaths, not too long, maybe 40 or 60 seconds. If you'd like to place something under the knees, feel free, a yoga block or again, a rolled up blanket or towel. And let the arms come away from the sides, palms turned up. Close the eyes. And again, watching the inhales flowing into the body. Exhales flowing out of the body. Take another couple of deep breaths. Use the hands to guide the knees back together. We'll take our final active pose, a reclining twist. Stretch the arms out from your sides and let the knees gently fall to the left. Again, your chin can point up or point to the right shoulder. Bring everything slowly up to center. Let the knees fall to the right. Chin may turn to the left. Back to the center. Find your way into Shavasana for final relaxation. Extend the legs, feet apart, arms away from the sides, palms turned up. Encouraging the entire body to relax. You can mentally tell the body, relax. The hands, relax. The feet, relax. Arms, legs, the back side of the body sinking down heavy with relaxation. The abdomen and chest light, loose. The head and the face soft, relaxed. And remaining still relaxed for 2 to 3 minutes. Preparing to come out of relaxation. Begin to deepen the breath. And start to feel the fingers and the toes. Wrists and ankles. Arms and legs. Take a full body stretch with both arms overhead. Bend the knees, turn on to your side, and stay there for a moment of transition. Use the hands to press your way up to a tall seat, keeping the eyes closed. We'll close practice today with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You may send your mantra to someone specific or to all beings everywhere. It's a wish for peace. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Have a peaceful day and week and year. Thank you for sharing practice today. Namaste.